You sent the all-church email, there were 3 typos, the wrong date, a dead link, and someone generally mentions that, and you think, hey, we're not a corporation here, we're doing ministry. Or maybe you're on the other side, you're the one who caught the typos, and you're biting your tongue because you don't want to be that person that brings it up. Here's the truth we're talking about today on the podcast. Jesus never said, good enough for church work. Hi there, my name is Todd Rhoades. I'm one of the co-founders over at chemistrystaffing.com. You're listening to the Healthy Church Staff Podcast. We bought a lie, I think, a lot of times. It sounds spiritual, but it just isn't. We've spiritualized in some churches, maybe many churches. Hopefully not your church, but maybe. We've spiritualized mediocrity. Hey, God looks at the heart, not at the details. We're volunteers. What do you expect? At least we're doing something. And listen, I get it. Ministries is hard. Budgets are often tight. You're probably understaffed. But here's what we've missed. Excellence isn't about impressing people. It's about honoring God and the people He's called you to serve. So where did we start to get things backwards? Somewhere along the way, I think we started treating spiritual and competent like they're opposites. If you care too much about quality, you're worldly. If you want things done well, you're a perfectionist. If you point out a mistake, you're not being gracious. So we lower the bar and we call it, guess what? We call it humility. We miss deadlines, we call it margin. We do sloppy work, we call it faith. And the world watches, your church watches, and thinks, hey, if that's how they run a church, why would I trust them with my soul? Now, listen, I know you're not lazy. I know you care deeply about the mission, but caring about the mission means caring about how we do the work. And excellence is not a spiritual gift, but it is a spiritual discipline, and disciplines can be learned. So what does this actually look like? Todd, what are you asking me to do? Let me be clear. First, stop separating spiritual from skillful. Colossians 3:23 says, whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart as working unto the Lord. That includes that email and the bulletin and even the announcement slide. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing well. So that's the first thing, is stop separating the word spiritual from the word skillful. Secondly, excellence doesn't mean perfection. And I am speaking as a perfectionist. Believe me, I delay a lot of my work because I'm just trying to make it better. Perfectionism is about you. It's about me. It's about your reputation, your image, your fears. Excellence is about them. It's the people you're serving and the God that you represent. Perfectionism paralyzes. Excellence prioritizes. So that's number 2. Excellence doesn't mean perfection. And then number 3, create a culture where feedback is not an attack. I'm working on a project right now where I've worked really hard. I've even used some of my perfectionistic tendencies and put it out there to my team, and now I'm getting feedback. And we need to create a culture where feedback isn't an attack. And I have to really guard this with myself because sometimes feedback can feel like an attack. Even my perfectionism wasn't good enough. But that's not the thing. You got to create a culture. Even if it's against how you normally work, create a culture where feedback is not an attack. If someone can't point out a typo without becoming a thing, your team has a whole lot of trouble. Or the capital T, as they say. I think, was that the Music Man? I think that was the Music Man. Anyway, healthy teams say, hey, there's a mistake here. Let's fix it. Let's move on. Fragile teams say, why are you so critical? And then nothing gets better. Last thing, you need to model this from the top. If you're the leader and you're chronically late, if you're horribly disorganized or careless, your team will mirror that because you as the leader set the ceiling. And here's why it matters more than you think. Your work quality is a discipleship issue when it comes right down to it. When a staff member sees you blow off deadlines, they learn ministry doesn't require integrity. When they see that you care about details, they learn God is a God of order and intentionality. And when your community sees excellence, they don't think, wow, what a great staff. They think, wow, what a great God. Because the gospel isn't just what we say, but yep, it's how we say it. It's not just the message, it's the medium. And if the medium is sloppy, the message gets lost. So here's your bottom line for today. Excellence in ministry is about being impressive. It's not about impressing others. It's about being faithful with what's in front of you. Hey, thanks for listening. If this helped you today, share it with somebody on your team. Remember, you're not aiming for perfect, you're aiming for faithful. That's the difference. If there's any way I can help you, reach out to me, podcast@chemistrystaffing.com. I'll be right back here, and I hope to talk to you again right here tomorrow.